This is AdamantlyAnalog, episode 82. This week we continue our countdown of the top 50 board games of all time, according to us, with numbers 20 through 11. Hello and welcome to AdamantlyAnalog, episode 82. I'm your host, Corey Murphy.
Hey, and I'm your host, Harrison Dunn.
Yeah, we're the only podcast to 575 all the way through the top 50 list.
What?
Yeah, haiku 575.
Oh shit. Okay. Yep. That's it. That's us, the 575 podcast. Got read.
The kids are into the 676 these days, though. That's what I hear. You can't avoid it.
All right. Hey, Corey, I quit the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Sorry.
It's my list now.
Thanks everyone for listening. Drink water.
Drink water. Harrison, we're getting the good stuff. 20 to 11 today on our top 50 countdown.
I can't even wait. Like, the games are so good this time.
Yeah, man. And we've got like holidays right around the corner. And I've got quite a few game days already planned. I'm trying to like schedule all of my free time to get caught up on some of my gaming, because we just compared our BG stats year in review to each other, and I'm lagging behind Harrison, I have to say.
I've got quite a few plays. Like as of right now, I've played 3 games since I exported that, because I got my copy of Hercules and the 12 Labors, a solo game. I got that in the mail, and I played 3 games of that this afternoon. So I'm actually up to 630 plays with 171 different games. So my top 10 most played is a little cheaty, because top 1 is just Untitled Secret Prototype, and then the second and third place are unannounced titles that I can't talk about. So
yeah, they're all redacted.
Yep.
All right. What is this Hercules game that you're talking about? I don't even see it on BGG.
Oh, it's there. Yeah, it's Hercules and the 12 Labors. It's published by Envyborn Games, run by Matthew Ryan, and supported by Ammon Anderson, the designer of Gnome Hollow from last year. So
nice.
Two buddies out of Utah that do the Utah game design stuff, and they published this solo only game about the 12 Labors of Hercules, and it's just basically a dice chucking manipulation puzzle thing. It is horribly swingy. I have only made it through 6 of the 12 trials so far, because oh boy, can it be punishing. But
yeah,
it is gorgeous. It is like gold embossed cards and just this absolutely stunning artwork. It looks it's great. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I backed it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I just found it. So Hercules and the 12 Labors, it not only has an and, which could be confused with an ampersand in some titling, but also has the number 12 in it, which is numerically spelled out rather than TWELVE. So I got kind of hung up on that. It's hard to locate on BGG for both reasons. But there's the 12 Labors of Hercules, or the Labors of Hercules, is an actual game that is different from this one.
Yeah, this is the number spelled out. It's not the
Yeah, right, it is. But okay. Here I found TWELV Labors of Hercules from 2011.
Oh, okay.
Apparently not as good of a game.
Well, this one, already got 90 ratings, rated at a 7.9 solo game, and I'm really liking it so far, but also get ready to go to the rules forum, because there's a couple things that aren't super clear in the rule book.
Oh, really?
The designer Tyler Brown is very, very active in the BGG forums answering questions. So every question that I've had, if I wasn't able to answer it myself, I was able to confirm within like 30 seconds on the forum. So yeah,
cool. I love the trend for solo-only game design. There's quite a few of those coming out these days, and I've had my eye on Rome: Fate of an Empire for a while. That was one of the, I think it was like the Dice Tower awards or something that I saw it. But this is another one of those, and they're all these like small little boxes, so they're very portable and travelable. Mostly card-based games, but yeah, there's quite a few good ones. Legacy U was the first one that I came across. I was like, oh yeah, you can do this. Just made for one player only.
Yep, I got a small collection of solo games that I'm building up here, and
Yeah.
I am close to finally buying my new desk that has a bunch more space on it, so I can actually spread out and play Marvel Champions without feeling like I'm cramped into a corner.
Yeah, that one does take up a lot of space.
Yeah. So, hey Corey, I love this conversation about solo games, but that's not what the episode topic is.
No, it's not. Yeah, but our episode is about our top 50 list, and slightly tangential to that is our talk about the listener top 10 list. And so if you're listening to this thinking, man, these guys are crazy, what are they picking here? That top 10 is all kinds of whack. I have a better one. Well, you're in luck because we'd love to hear it. And linked in our show notes, you will find the Adamantly Analog listener top 10 submissions. It is a Google form. It takes like literally 5 minutes to do if you know your top 10. And if you enter your name and email address, you will be entered for a chance to win a $40 GameNerdz gift card too. Now, what's the purpose of all this? You might ask. Well, the answer is, in our first episode of January, we are going to compile all of this information and come up with like one listener top 10 list to rule them all. I'd like to know what people love in the world of board games.
Well, at least in our listenership.
Yeah, right. At least in our listenership. Yes. In the world of our listenership in board games. There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
So cool. We've got some lists so far, and some stuff I've never even heard of on some of these, which is kind of cool. Obviously, we
Ooh,
got some staples, right? Lots of new stuff.
cool.
Anyways, let's get to it. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we're starting off with number 20 today, and we are counting down once again from 20 to 11, which means that next week is the grand finale, 10 to 1. But these games are no slouches. I've got 10 games for you and 10 terrible haikus for you to guess what the game is. Harrison, are you ready?
I cannot wait. Yep, we're gonna do this.
All right, well, I'm going to kick us off with my number 20. Mongols are coming, so build walls or pay the tax. Point salad euro.
Oh shoot, this is the one that you really like that I uh haven't played a lot of, and it's got a name and it has walls and buckles.
You're right about all
I
that.
can I can picture the box in my head, and it's teal and orange, and like all those. I'm floundering. I failed.
Yeah, I think you know what this is. You can't think of the name,
Yep,
which is Merv, Heart of the Silk
that
Road.
that's right. Yep, that was my right on the tip of my tongue right there. My next guess.
So have you played this at all? It is unranked on your list.
I think that if I have, it has been way too long for me to remember anything much about it.
Okay.
That's why I took it off the ranking.
Okay. Yeah. So this game is it's a pretty heavy game, but it's a very pretty game. Ian O'Toole artwork. And it is like it uses a very unique color palette on these. I don't know how to describe the colors, but there are these sort of burnt oranges and reds and things like that. But the hook of this game is there's a central action selection grid where you are placing a worker on the outside of that grid on the top, right, bottom, and left in 4 subsequent turns, and then placing a house in the row or column that worker is next to. So you're kind of like building up this infrastructure as you go because each time you add a house, you make the actions in that row or column stronger because you have more of your houses there to kind of trigger different benefits throughout the game. And so, of course, all this is like linked to different mini games around the board. And I mentioned point salad in my haiku because, you're getting points from every which way. There's set collection things, there's climbing tracks things, there's end game scoring multipliers and stuff like that. Difficult game to learn, but it's pretty darn smooth when you play it. I think everything is laid out pretty well on the map, and Ian O'Toole does a good job of sort of leaving iconography in places where you can find it, and helps you to remember most of the functionality of the game pretty well.
Oh, I hate it when they hide the graphic design, when they hide the UI so you can't play the game. That's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah, it's all out front there. So yeah, love this one. This is my number one pick for underrated board game too, because I think it's not on a lot of lists, but it really ought to be.
I have played this. I double checked the BG stats. I played it in July of 2022 and I won.
Oh,
So,
okay. So you
yep,
must like it.
there we go. It's got to go on the list. I got to go put it on my list. Okay, it's my new number 20.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
That is my number 20, Merv, Heart of the Silk Road.
All right, now for my number 20. Races shape the world and cycle purple power. Don't forget Priest School.
Oh, that's Terra Mystica.
Oh yeah, that's a nice and easy one. I wrote these guys, and I think I just went real direct with some of them because I was tired of trying to be clever. Yeah, Terra Mystica, the big old honkin' fantasy euro about building out a map of your fantasy race and building up their power and doing lots of cool stuff and scoring various goals. One of like the most distinguished looking games out there, right? It's got a very particular art style.
Yeah.
That old like it looks beige, right? It's got every color in it, but it looks beige. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and nice chunky pieces, and it's still a favorite. Like this game, I know that you've lent me a project, and I've still only played it once in person and then once online, and I think I don't know. I'm back and forth now. Like I think I like Terra Mystica a lot still, but
Mm-hmm.
it is it's a great game. Good enough to make it onto the list, and good enough to be number 20.
Yeah, there's like I don't know that I'd want to own both, but there's a reason to like either one. And the theme of Gaia Project definitely speaks more to me. It's got that kind of old timey computer graphic style that
Yeah,
reminds me of playing like a Windows 95 RPG or something. So it's quaint in its own way.
there's something special about Terra Mystica. I don't know what it is, but I do love it. And it's only moved two spaces down from 18 last year, so it's a nice little consistency for my own sake. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
my number 20, Terra Mystica.
All right, my 19, and I'm so glad I'm going first this week, Harrison.
Yep,
I see our rank differential is small.
it's pretty
More on
small on
that
this
later.
one.
Yeah. Faithful to Steam game, only this time you can play with 2 to 3 friends.
Corey, video game cards. Now you can play together. Play 3 acts tonight.
Yeah, this is the first time our lists have converged on one selection. We got pretty close last episode in 4 apart, but now we
Yep.
both have Slay the Spire, the board game, as our number 19. Ding, ding,
Heyo.
ding.
Good
Yeah,
job. We
love it.
succeeded at ranking.
Yeah. This one's up 17 from last year. This just keeps on climbing. This is going to be in my top 10 in no time. Love it. Oh my God, this game's great. And I am so psyched, Harrison, because they are coming out with the Downfall expansion. The fan made expansion on the computer is being made in paper for this
Wait,
board game.
what?
Yes.
The one where you play as the bosses?
Yeah, you play as the bosses, you play as the giant slime. Mm-hmm. And there's a
Oh
new
my
character.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I had no idea this was even a thing.
I don't know when that's coming out. I remember that there's going to be a Kickstarter for it. It just says coming soon right now, but I see. Yeah, launching soon. Downfall expansion. Yeah, I can't wait. I've hardly played it on the computer, but I know Nikki's been getting into it lately because it's actually been on our computer for quite a while, and she's like, "Oh, this exists," and now she's like playing through it. But my understanding is that there is a fifth character that you can access with this, so that might allow for 5-player games. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I mean, right now the page for it does say 1 to 4 players, but
Oh,
I'm
does it?
sure
Okay.
with components like someone will fan make it to be an extra player and make it work somehow. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, this is super cool, man. That is going to be very hard to get.
Yeah.
Well, unless they fix it, they could have learned from the first version, but we'll see.
Oh, is the first version really hard to get?
Well, it was at initial launch. Like
Oh,
the game was super super hard to find when it first came out. It's much more accessible now, but
yeah.
yeah,
Number 19, Slay the Spire.
yeah, that's number 19, Slay the Spire, for both of us.
All right, my number 18, just like Lacerda, and it's just as complex too. Commercial Space Cruise.
Well, I think the game is probably Commercial Space Cruise in the Galaxy, Galactic
Yeah.
Cruise.
Yeah, that one's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But it's Galactic Cruise, yes. I have not played Galactic Cruise in quite some time, but I loaded it up on BGG and I just I don't know if I'm ready for this right now. But it's not because I don't like it. It's just a big, heavy, bulky game that takes
Right.
a lot of brain power. And so the once again, same artist, Ian O'Toole. I mean, he does it well, and he crushed it on this one. The art is beautiful, and it makes for an easier gameplay experience because with the weight of this game being what it is, you really need some clarity in your personal player boards and the iconography on the board, and he always like does that in such a great way. There are steps to building a commercial space cruise. There are you have to advertise your space cruises. You have to hire someone to go on the cruise. You have to take advantage of the people while they're on your ship, and they can only buy your products and go on your excursions and extract all the money you can from them. And this game has a process and a mechanic for all of those elements. So it is very, very kind of like true to the theme that's going on here, which I do appreciate about it, because it is kind of a fun theme that we haven't seen yet in other games. It's a little slimy if you think about like the Bezos, like
Oh
SpaceX
yeah,
and all that stuff, but maybe that's kind of the fun satirical take that this game has on the world right now.
yeah. The theme is a little bit goofy too, like
Yeah.
the way that it plays it. So I haven't played it outright, but I did the tutorial on BGA at least
Mm.
to get a feel for it. And uh, yes, complex, but I didn't feel as overwhelmed as I did like when I played uh, like Kanban EV, like a Lacerda game. So
Yeah.
in that same realm, but Tool helps a lot.
Yeah, I can see that. Too does all the Lacerda games too, so there's some similar thread there. But
I was
the
I was just gonna say I should probably look that up before I make a fool of myself. Um, which too late, too late. I can only beg that you cut it out. But
nope, it's staying in. But the original Kanban was not, so you got that one. I don't know.
oh yeah,
It is a little bit. I think it's a little less intense than the Lacerda design games, but it's definitely got some similar DNA for sure. So that is my number 18, Galactic Cruise.
all right. My number 18, tactical card slides. Why does it sort of smell like George R. R. Martin?
Tactical card slides. Is it Game of Thrones Hand of the King?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh wow.
Tactical card slides kind of sums it up pretty perfectly, and
Yeah.
then the rest of it was just kind of having fun. Yeah, this is Game of Thrones Hand of the King, a small little card game uh, from Fantasy Flight, and one of the few card games that I think is served well by a square-shaped card.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, this one you basically deal out the whole deck of cards in a grid, and wherever the Varys card is, the one purple card, that's where you start playing, and then each player takes a turn just picking a direction and a house, and then you scoop up cards of that house in that direction, and then put Varys wherever the last one is. And you're just trying to get the most cards from each family. There's some extra powers thrown in there to make it a little more spicy, but super quick and easy to play. Goes up to 4 players. It feels great, and I like how the last couple rounds really feel like you can plot it out and make cunning plans to make other players pick certain things.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool little card game.
It is a cool card game. You showed this one to us, and it is fun. Not a very like often referred to card game. If that's I don't
Mm-mm,
know if
no,
that's the best way to put it, but yeah, I haven't seen it or encountered it very often. So it's kind of cool to see this showing up so high on your list, Harrison. Nice.
it's actually moved up 2 spaces. It
No,
it
it hasn't.
swapped ranks with Terra Mystica. Yeah,
Nice.
that's my number 18, A Game of Thrones: Hand of the King.
My number 17. Simple but still deep. Benefit from getting stuck or play adjacent.
Is this Kingdom Builder?
It's Kingdom Builder. Ding ding ding. Yeah. Yeah, and because I have the Kingdom Builder big box, we don't have an official rank differential on your fancy spreadsheet. So if you're wondering why I didn't have it ranked, I do. It's on here. I
Oh,
just
you
like
got
it
it.
so much more that I have all the expansions.
Yep, yep. There you
I
go.
hardly play them though. They're not really available on BGA, and I wish they were. But like I've said before, we play this one with the family, and we only ever play the base game stuff. Yet there's like 5 expansions in the box, and my curiosity is eating away at me.
Yeah, I've only got the base version, and I've said, "Hey, Lauren, there's a bunch of expansions for this. We could just have even more fun with this." And she goes, "More expansions doesn't mean more fun. I have plenty of fun with the base game." And I was like, "I can't argue with that."
Well, it's very exciting when you hold up the boards because each board is a quadrant. You have to put 4 of them together to play this game. There is like a stack of like 30 some boards in there. So, hey, Harrison, let's do this on Monday. When we get together on Monday, this is on the list. I'll bring it if I come up.
We'll just play every single board.
Yeah, yeah, every single one. We could put them all together like people do with all the Carcassonne stuff. Let's just play this one giant game of Kingdom Builder.
There you go.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, so that is my number 17, Kingdom Builder.
Number 17, Punny Bunny cards to draft and control the map. Always take Zeppelins.
Bunny Kingdom.
Yep. Two Kingdom games at 17. This is the
Yeah.
Richard Garfield card drafting game that it feels so good every time you play it. You get to pick 2 cards from every hand, and that makes you feel so powerful. And plus, you get all those cute little bunnies and just incredible artwork. You don't even need the expansion. It kind of drags it down a little bit, like it slows it down a lot if you use the expansion, but it's
Mhm.
still a wonderful tactical puzzle. Great drafting decisions, and plays pretty good at 2 players too. I like the drafting variation on it, where you've kind of got your own the draft piles you're passing back and forth, and then a draw deck that you are adding a card from, and then discarding a card from the hand to kind of cycle things through. So it's a lot more cutthroat.
Huh, I'm surprised to hear that actually. I would have expected this to be bad at 2 players, but that's awesome.
Yeah, it was one of the first drafting 2-player variations that I was like, "Oh, this doesn't suck."
Yeah.
I think mainly my frame of reference was Sushi Go. Uh,
Yeah.
so not a very high bar, but yeah, Bunny Kingdom. Downside from this pick is that this has dropped 15 spaces from last year. This was my number 2 last year,
Oh,
and
wow.
since then I have played a ton of other good games. Yep. So Bunny Kingdom. Hopefully you don't fall 15 more spaces, but it's unlikely.
Yeah, right.
That's my number
Nice.
17. Bunny Kingdom.
Yeah, I love this game. This one doesn't appear on my list very high, but it's only because I've only played it a couple of times. This is one of the games, the older games that I'm frequently thinking, yeah, we need to get that one. I think we'd dig that one. So I'll be looking for a used copy.
Well, hopefully my endorsement of the 2-player version pushes you over the edge.
Yeah. I mean, I think it does. Yeah. All right, my number 16. You don't really need both kidneys, so sell one and buy an old card game.
uh, but, oh, Glory to Rome?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I got that from that.
Yeah,
Nothing about the game whatsoever.
yeah, you don't need to know about the game. Just kidding. Yeah, the game's awesome. The game is weird, and if you've never played Glory to Rome, it's hard to understand what it even is doing. But those that are familiar with this out of print game, that's why it's so expensive. You'll know that it's just cards, but each of those cards has so many different functions to it. It represents an action that you can take. Each has an ability. They represent resources that you can use to build other cards, and they represent points that you can score. And maybe I even forgot one of the functions in that list. I don't remember what I all listed off, but there's a lot to do with them. And depending on where you tuck them under your personal player board, you're representing them in different ways. And so you're either tucking upside down cards to the right of your player board to score points. You're putting resources that are available to you in your stockpile underneath the board, and on the left you can tuck the cards in to improve the actions that you can take with the cards. So a lot of different considerations to make in this one, and it plays in such a unique and strange way of this kind of like lead and follow and action that there's really nothing to compare it to or nothing to reference when you're teaching it. I'm always just kind of like starting from
Mhm.
square one with this one,
Yep.
which is I think that's why I love it so much because it's just so unique. Cool. Anything on that
Yeah,
one?
I don't know. I don't got anything to say. You know how I feel about this one.
Yeah,
I'm skeptically a fan now after the last time I played it
yeah.
a month or two ago. But yeah, it's quite a beast for sure.
Yeah, it's a beast. It's difficult to figure out, hard to know if you're even doing well in the game. So I think it's difficult to evaluate in your first few plays. But it's one of those games that like just leaves you curious about it. You know, even if it didn't go so well or if you didn't quite get it, it's like you have to start thinking about it after you play it and like just wondering, what is that game doing? You know, it's like I
Yeah.
need to try that again. All right, so that's my number 16, Glory to Rome.
My number 16, a classic tile game of thieves and knights and farmers. No need to be French.
Is that Carcassonne?
Oh yeah, it's Carcassonne. You got it.
Wow,
Good
dropped out of your
job.
top 10. It was your number 1
Yeah.
last year.
It also dropped 15 spaces. Funny Kingdom of Carcassonne held hands and jumped 15 spaces down the
Yeah,
list.
apparently.
Maybe they're out to get me or something. Yeah. So the classic tile laying game, and this might just be a factor of like I haven't played it recently, and lots of other stuff is just more recent and fresh in my mind. But
Mhm.
I still really like Carcassonne. I still want to play it. It's still just like a very clean distilled experience for a board game with plenty of room to like explore the mechanics and feel like you kind of figure out new strategies the more you play. Uh, yeah, that's a excellent game. And I've only played like one or two expansions. Like I haven't even touched everything out there.
Nice. Yeah. I don't dislike Carcassonne. I know I kind of made it out to be the case on the last time we did this, but it's just it just feels a little random to me. And the fact that you can get some turns where you draw a tile that just means absolutely nothing to you, and then you just it's like okay, I guess I'm done. That always rubs me the wrong way. But the simplicity of it and the fact that it is so quick, I
Mhm.
mean, there's a lot to love there. It's easy to teach, and you just get you get the game done in like 30 minutes, and you still feel like you've done something clever or
Yep.
interesting.
And you got this big cool map in front of you. Once you're done, you're like, oh man, look at all the stuff that we did.
That's true. Yeah, especially when you
Yeah.
combine all the stuff. Yeah, love
Yeah.
that.
So that's my number 16, Carcassonne.
All right, my number 15. I declare that this is the best of bidding games with a fresh paint job.
Well, I was gonna say Thumb War because you said I declare, but I'm gonna go with Raw.
Yeah, it's raw. Yeah,
Sweet.
I declare raw, or it's I invoke raw. I guess I goofed that up, but yeah, I still declare that this is the best of bidding games. But yes, in this game you shout, "I invoke raw," and you grab the giant raw standee. But yeah, this is the greatest bidding game. And it is also illustrated by Ian O'Toole. So that seems to be the theme of this episode of the podcast. So Ian
Oh
O'Toole
shit,
games that are also great.
I gotta pick more Ian O'Toole games.
Yeah. I mean, he does a good job. What can I say? I just love the gamesmanship of Raw and the mind games you play with one another, trying to bait other players to take a lot that you know that isn't really the best for them, or maybe you cause them to use their high powered chip early on, so that you have the highest chip left at the table and can pretty much do whatever you want. There's just a lot of really cool dynamics in this one, and a really interesting like kind of push your luck element to it too.
I feel like it grows on me a little time or a little bit each time I play it. Except for the last time that I played it was with two players who said they played it at like the World Series of board gaming,
Oh
and
no.
I just got crushed in that. They were like thinking 3 or 4 levels ahead of what I was doing, and I was like, I just want I just want a big hit, please. That's it. What has more chunk, the raw standee or giant baby in Magical Athlete?
Oh, the raw standee for sure, but Giant
Yeah, is
Baby is
it?
pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, chunky meeples, chunky figures. There we go.
Alright, so that's my number 15, raw.
All right, number 15, video game tiles. Now you can play together. Nice co-op puzzle.
Now you can play together? Um, Dead Cells?
Nope, no tiles. It's Dorf Romantic, the board game.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, because it was a single player game, and now it's another multiplayer game. I was
Yeah.
just trying to do a parallel between this and my Slay the Spire one. Yeah, this is inspired by the board game by the same or the video game by the same name, and Lauren and I played through this campaign uh, earlier this year, last year, and it's still like up there. I really just enjoyed it. It was a satisfying puzzle every time, nice mix of different objectives and kind of things to juggle as you play throughout each game, and a nice unfolding of mechanisms as the campaign progresses and you unlock more. Plus, I'm a big fan of being able to reset it because then we can just put it all back in the box and come back to it a couple years later and play it again if we want, or pass it on to a friend. That's a nice boon too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did play through most of the sequel, Dorfromantic Sakura, like the Japanese countryside inspired version. And I'll say it again here. I wasn't as thrilled with it. It just felt like it was a bit too much. It kind of lost the chill vibes on account of just there's more rivers and railroads or roads, the things that get in your way and restrict placement, and it just became a little bit more difficult and not as fun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the original, great place to start.
Okay. I wasn't thrilled about this game when I played it, but I didn't give it much time. We played it for literally 10 minutes. I just thought it was a little milk toast for that first experience. But I'd be willing to believe that it gets better as you uncover more of the mechanics through the story mode. In a similar way to like My City, I would imagine. Does that sound accurate?
Yes, but it kind of builds on, whereas My City does, kind of changes a lot more. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I would say this is like more of a steady build to an even level, whereas My City is kind of a roller coaster at some points.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but
Cool.
I mean, you did rank it at number 295, but at least you ranked it, unlike
Yeah, I
me
mean,
and Merv.
yeah.
So that is my number 15, Dorf Romantic, the board game.
My number 14 is it's less like Blood Rage and more like Ticket to Ride with fantasy theme.
Ethnos?
Athnos. Yeah,
Hey,
ding ding ding. And Athnos, you talked about a couple episodes ago at number 45. So it's in your top 50. I appreciate that.
it's there.
Um, yeah, it's there. This one's up for me. I continue to play this game pretty frequently, and not yet on BGA because it's still in alpha. But I'm waiting for the day that it's in beta because
Ooh, yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be
know.
a
I
good one.
can't launch it yet, but that would be a good one. Yeah, Ethnos is just so simple, so breezy, so quick. And yet, it's like interactive in meaningful ways. You draw a card, or you play a band of cards. When you play a band of cards, you have to discard everything else in your hand back to the display that everyone else can pick from. So there's interesting combos that you can line up with the different types of class abilities on the different races that you play, such as like one of them says, when you play this band, you can keep a number of cards in your hand left over. Or another one says, when you play this band, you can draw cards to replace the cards that you've played or discarded. So there's ways to just kind of like, I don't know, ride the value roller coaster, I suppose, because the more cards you have in your hand, the more powerful your actions are going to be. But you're truly just drawing randomly sometimes and sort of thinking tactically about when's the best time to fire off your play and when's the best time to hold them.
Yeah, and then the fact that you can play them as all the same uh, fantasy race or all the same color gives a little more
Yeah,
flexibility to it in how you're picking up cards.
right. Yeah, much like cards have suits and numbers, you can kind of
Yeah,
compare the races and their colors too. Okay, so that is my number 14 pick, Ethnos.
my number 14, fulfill the queen's quests over 4 seasons of cards. Watch out for monsters.
Oh, cartographers.
Yep, yep. It's
Yeah.
another one from my top 10 that has dropped down into the top 20. This is the roll and write from Thunderworks that was designed by Jordi Adan and is playable by up to 100 players, as long as everyone got a sheet of paper. Flip and write style. Which I shouldn't say roll and write. Flip and write. Write and reveal and write. I don't remember what someone's called it that was more clever. But yeah, it's you're drawing shapes on a map, like polyomino shapes, and trying to fulfill different conditions that you pair them off each round. You're doing two at a time, and Do you want to pursue the ones that are here and going to score right away, or do you want to try to build up for those later game ones? And of course, when a monster is drawn from the deck, then everyone passes their sheet to another player, and you draw on someone else's sheet, which is just that little bit of interaction that you don't typically get from this genre, which is nice. So I'm a big fan. I'm a bit biased, but it's still a fun game.
No, I'm not biased, and I love this game. I mean, maybe I'm
I'm not
biased
biased.
because you're a friend of mine and you work for the company that made this game. But you know what? Even before you had that job, Harrison, I was playing this game with a smile on my face, joy in my heart. It is great, and you're right that little bit of interaction from the monsters attacking is exactly what this game needs, because it causes you to kind of react and respond in a game that would otherwise be completely insular, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I honestly I don't mind that either. Like if that's the kind of game you want to play, you could just take the monsters out and be, just no monsters. It would work,
Yep.
right?
There are people that do that. It's perfectly valid.
Yeah. I've been playing this game a lot on BGA. It is one of the best ways to play it. In fact, it's very, very satisfying to drop the pieces on there. You don't have to color anything in. Some people enjoy that, but others want to just play the game. They don't want to worry about the little artistic flair that you can add when you got the pencils out.
Well, Cartographer's Heroes is coming soon to BGA as well. So then you can play the
Does
advanced
it?
version with the heroes. Oh, yep. Yep. It's
Nice,
there
nice.
in beta right now, I think. No, alpha testing has started for it, so it's on the
Okay,
way.
cool, cool.
Yep. That's public knowledge. I didn't spoil that on our cast.
Yeah, I figured.
Cool. That is my number 14, Cartographers.
All right. My number 13, also on the first episode we did. Okay, so a little trend here. We had your 45, and now this is your 44 pick. We're my 14 and my 13. Here's the haiku. In alternate past, Europe was ravaged by mech. We all just want stars.
Everybody just wants them stars.
Yeah.
That's Expedition. Haha,
No,
just
it's
kidding.
not.
It's Scythe.
Yes, you know how I feel about Expedition. I want to like it, but I don't. I'm sorry. But Scythe, on the other hand, art not by Jamie Stegman, or art, I should say, art not by Ian O'Toole like the others, has its own fantasy world that is very well fleshed out and does a good job of helping to figure out what the heck you're doing in an otherwise pretty complicated game. I always forget how complicated Scythe is because I feel like I know it really well and I've played it an awful lot. But when I start to teach it, I'm like, oh my God, this is pretty obtuse, right? Once you get through that, though, I think that there's this great like world building that goes on here, and you can really play into the theme of like the different countries and what they're trying to accomplish, threatening war at every turn. I know Harrison describes this as the threat of war, the Cold War game, right? Because you
Yeah.
really don't do a lot of combat, but there's always the like, if I go here, then I'm vulnerable. Like you have to keep that in mind. And I think that's the best kind of tension. We don't have to destroy everyone's infrastructure for it to be fun, right? And this game doesn't this game doesn't let you do that without spending all of your resources, leaving yourself vulnerable too. So it's
Yeah.
kind of realistic in that sense. Yeah, it's my number 13, Scythe.
All right, my number 13. How to Save a World couldn't be any simpler. Laser, shield, or run.
Is this How to Save a World?
Yeah, it's right there in the title. Yep.
Oh,
I thought I might be able to sneak one by you, but I know you haven't played this one, or at least it hasn't been ranked. So I
no, I
wanted
haven't played
to,
it.
yeah. So How to Save a World, yeah, this is a newer one from Burnt Island, the same folks that did Endeavor Deep Sea. This is sort of got that same theme, but in space. There's a comet heading towards the first planet that alien life has been found on, and you take on role of scientist trying to save that planet, either by building a giant laser to shoot the asteroid, building a shield around the moon to deflect it, or just evacuating everyone. Um, and it plays out in this super cool method of like you're investing in one of these three plans, but which plan ends up being successful comes down to like cube pulls from a bag blindly.
Hmm.
So a little bit of like randomness in there, but you still have plenty of agency in how you get there. And it's part worker placement, part like hand management. Got a lot of stuff going on, and it's bright and colorful, lots of cool art, and a giant meteor cutout that slowly moves across the board and adds a sense of tension. I really like this game, and I need to play it more.
Yeah, cool. I want to play it.
Lots of fun. It's a good time. We'll put
Yep.
it on the list. I think it's
Yeah.
already on the list.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my number 13, How to Save a World.
All right, my number 12, the best co-op game for seasoned board gamers, Face Wrath of the Land.
Face Wrath of the Land. Oh, Spirit Island?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I
Almost
ran out of syllables.
almost didn't.
Yep, Spirit Island's great. I've said plenty about this one. This was my number 8 last year, so it's actually dropped a few places. I don't know why. There's not a really good reason for that. I still love this game. I mean, it's up there. It's 12. 12 is huge, right? This is big.
Yeah, 12
this is a good game. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely big and bulky and heavy and takes a long time to set up and get going. So I think that's kind of the thing that keeps me from playing it a lot. But whenever I do go through all of that and I get it rolling, I'm always like, oh yeah, I remember why this game is awesome. And I think all of the other players at the table do too, because there's a lot of celebration together as we repel the colonists from the island using our very menacing secret abilities, or I should say asymmetric abilities that are very thematically immersive based on the type of character and the type of spirit you're playing as.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is a great one. I think the biggest damper for me was the last time I played it with Laura, and she was like, I don't actually like this game that much. And I was like, oh no,
Oh no.
I wanna play that co-op with just the two of us. But yeah, it's still fun. I like busting it out. Tried teaching it earlier this year to people who had not played it before, and that was a much bigger teach than I remember it. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a chunky boy.
it is a chunky boy. I've still got some expansions on my shelf that I haven't even opened yet. There was a thing where Greater Than Games looked like they were going to shutter, and
Hmm.
then people were like panic buying all the stuff. And I guess I was one of those people. But next time I play it, I'm gonna have to break out the this expansion I got here. So maybe Harrison will put that on the list too. Branch and
Yeah, let's
Claw
do
will
it.
do it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, my number 12, Spirit Island.
Number 12. One of two twos and one of three threes, but beware, because you'll still bust.
Flip 7?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep, yep. I mean, just happened yesterday. We played Flip 7 at game night, and someone's like, "Yeah, I've got the 3 and the 4. Absolutely hit me," and he got the 3. And like, yeah, it was
Yeah,
a good
always
time.
happens.
Always a funny time. Yeah, this is, I mean, it says it right on the box, greatest card game of all time, or something ridiculous like that. And I was a
Yeah.
skeptic, and I'm so happy to be wrong because this is a lot of fun. We still busted out at our game night. We had 5 players and a little bit of time for filler to kill before the other group finished, and we could mix up the tables, and everyone was happy to play this one again. Uh, I've gotten to the point where I'm ready to. I kind of want to make my own version and kind of homebrew some extra cards in there. Like
Mhm.
I want to add a multiplier card that's times -1. So like there's just one card in the
Oh.
deck where all of a sudden you just start losing points.
Oh, that could suck because then someone would freeze you.
Yep. You want to be frozen at that point. You don't want to take any more cards. You couldn't come back from that. But
Well, if you
yeah.
bust, right?
Oh yeah.
You'd wanna
Yep. Oh yeah.
bust. Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
would be
Yep.
interesting.
That's
Okay.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some
Uh
untapped potential in those bonus cards that you can draw.
for sure. So that is my number 12 pick, Flip 7. I tried really hard to make it number 7, but I couldn't actually get
Yeah.
there.
Mhm. All right, my number 11 and my last one for today. We collectively support the search for space life. Only one can win.
Oh, that's got to be SETI.
Yep, it's SETI. Yep, which is apparently the project that people can support by offering some, I don't know, like server space or something on their personal computers or some computing power. I don't know, but the idea
Yep.
that is that collectively everyone's kind of contributing to this search for extraterrestrial life or intelligence, I should say. I don't know if that's still an active project. I don't think it is, but it was a thing in real life, and this is a board game based on it. but not a true story because they actually find the space life in this board game, and you as players will flip over one or two alien boards that connect to the main board and introduce all sorts of new rules to this already very involved game, kind of like an action points game. Or I should say, I don't know what kind of game is this. It's just like an action selection game. You're just trying to convert resources and squeeze every last bit of value out of the minimal stuff you have to begin with.
Yeah, resource management.
Yeah, resource. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Resource management. Yeah, you start with like like two or three money and like two or three energy, whatever it may be, based on your starting setup, and all of a sudden you're just like, okay, what can I do with one energy to chain into the next action, to chain into the next action? I can keep my turn going as long as I possibly can, get the most possible value out of it. And that's the kind of stuff that I love in board games. And that's why this game is my number 11.
It's the same feeling in Everdell, where you're just like eking out one more turn when everyone else has already gone to the next season. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's a good way to describe it. Time for the final game and the final 575, the final haiku.
Yeah.
Tiles and auctions to take whiskey on the road. Don't forget your cows.
Oh, was that Clans of Cal or not Clans? Oh, what's the Carcassonne like one? uh, you know what I'm trying to say.
I feel attacked that you call it the Carcassonne like one.
It
No,
is.
that is yeah, you're not wrong. It is Isle of Skye from Chieftain to King.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah, yeah. This is another big in auction game where you're building your own little tile tableau map in front of you, and each round you're drawing tiles from a bag randomly, setting their prices, and then buying from other players. And then what your stuff that doesn't get bought, you have to pay the bank for that. So there's a neat little sort of like betting, bluffing, push your luck element on it. Everyone can see what all the tiles are, and then you can also axe one each round. So send it back to the bag and discard it. Makes for a neat little dynamic with feels like a very good push and pull. Usually the player who's undervaluing their tiles is gonna um, get a lot more money for the next round and kind of course correct. And it has that awesome scoring two different objectives each round that cartographers also uses. So I like that aspect of it too.
Yeah, good game. You have a
I
type, Harrison.
I like good games. What can I say?
Yeah,
Some people like bad games, and we know a few, but we like good games. That's why we podcast.
yeah. Well, you also like tile laying games. Apparently, that seems to be a theme,
Yeah,
particularly for this chunk of the list.
yeah. The other theme that we won't want to talk about is how this game also dropped from my top 10.
Oh,
I Love Sky was 4, Cartographers was 5, and Carcassonne and Bunny Kingdom were 1 and 2. So
yeah. No offense,
whoopsies.
but it seems like you kind of botched the list last year.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I did. I super botched it. Yeah, after I was done, I was like, oh, I forgot to rank all of these games.
Yeah.
So,
So
anyway.
if you could just disregard last year's list, this is the real one.
Yep, this is the real one, and next year's will definitely. This is the real one. Ignore next year. Don't even listen.
Yeah. Well, don't say that.
That's my number 11, Isle of Skye from Chieftain to King.
All right, nice. That brings us to the end for today. We'll do 10-1 next time. Brace yourselves, peoples. These are the good games.
Oh, whoa, what?
So what do we have this week? Are we doing this or are we going to skip it?
Oh
We don't
yeah,
need to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did we do it last week? I forgot. Did
No,
we?
we didn't, but
Oh,
we'll make
whoops.
it fast. Here we go. Ready? Back and forth. Merv,
Terra Mystica.
19. Slay the
Play
Spire.
Inspire the board game. You had to say it at the same time.
18. Galactic Cruise.
A Game of Thrones, Hand of the King.
17. Kingdom Builder.
Bunny Kingdom.
Oh, Kingdom games. Yeah. 16. Glory to Rome.
Carcassonne.
15. Ra.
Dorfromantic, the board game.
14. Ethnos.
Cartographers. Ooh, both plural games.
Yeah. 13. Scythe.
How to Save a World.
12. Spirit Island.
Flip 7.
And 11. SETI. Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
Isle of Skye from Chieftain to King.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait, Harrison. You've gotten through a lot of games in your top 10 last year, so there's a lot of unknowns for me and what's going to show up next
Oh
week.
yeah. Yep. There are only 2 games in my top 10 that were on my list last year. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, there's a lot of new stuff in there. I'm sure you can guess like some of them because I've just been ranting and raving about them, Vivo. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Well, we'll catch you next time. Don't
Bye,
forget
everyone.
don't forget to
What?
submit your personal listener top 10 list using the link on our show notes. All right, cool. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Adamantly Analog is Corey Murphy and Harrison Dunn. Original themes and bumper music by Corey Murphy. Reach us at adamantlyanalog@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.